Hello, Windows Analysis. We explore the Windows universe, performance, hidden settings, history, hacks, and updates. If you like understanding your system, stay tuned. Today, we're diving into one of the absolute crown jewels of Windows security, a tool that many of you have, but maybe don't fully understand. We're talking about BitLocker. So if you've ever wanted to basically armor plate your data, you're going to want to stick around for this one.
Okay, so to really get why BitLocker is such a big deal, let's do a quick thought experiment.
Now, I'm serious. Just take a second. Imagine your laptop, right now. Poof, gone. Stolen from your car, left in a coffee shop, whatever. What happens next? I mean, think about it. All your work documents, those personal photos you can never replace, maybe even access to your bank accounts, all your saved passwords, literally everything. It's not just about losing the physical device, right? It's about your entire digital life being completely exposed. And hey, this isn't just a problem for big corporations. If you're a student, a freelancer, or just have important stuff on your PC, the risk is exactly the same. One bad day and it could all be gone. Well, to stop that exact nightmare scenario from happening, Windows has this incredibly powerful tool built right in. And that is where our hero of the day, BitLocker, enters the scene. So here's the key thing to get about BitLocker. It is basically a digital safe for your entire hard drive. And I'm not just talking about encrypting a file here or a folder there. Nope, it locks down the whole thing. What that really means is, if someone yanks out your hard drive and plugs it into another computer, all they're going to see is a mountain of useless, unreadable garbage. Game over for them. Now, this is where a lot of people get a little confused. You might have seen something called device encryption in Windows Home. Think of that like the standard lock on your front door. It's fine, it does a basic job. But BitLocker, which you find in the Pro, Enterprise, and Education versions, oh, that is a completely different league. That's like swapping your front door for an armored bank vault door. The level of control you get is just, well, it's pro level. For instance, you know when you've got a USB stick with sensitive files on it? With that basic encryption, you can't protect it. But with BitLocker, easy. There's this awesome feature called BitLocker to Go that handles it perfectly. So you might be wondering, where does BitLocker get all this incredible power? Well, the secret, and this is the really cool part, is that BitLocker isn't just software. Its real strength comes from a team-up with a special little piece of hardware that acts like its own personal bodyguard. And here it is, the Trusted Platform Module, or TPM for short. This little guy is the unsung hero of this whole operation. Imagine a tiny, high-security chip that's literally soldered right onto your motherboard. Its only job, its entire reason for existing, is to create and protect your encryption keys. It keeps them totally locked away where no virus or malware can ever hope to touch them. And the process is just brilliant. When you turn on your computer, the TPM doesn't just hand over the key. First, it runs a security sweep. It checks to make sure nothing has been messed with. No weird hardware changes, no tampering with the boot process. If it gets the all clear, then it releases the key to unlock your drive. But if it spots anything fishy, lockdown. The entire system stays frozen. See? The security is physically bolted to your machine's hardware. Okay, so this sounds pretty much foolproof, right? A perfect system? But what's the catch? Come on, there's always a catch. And just like the great warrior Achilles, this super strong system has one tiny weak spot. And don't get me wrong, the system itself is amazing. A common worry is performance, right? But on any modern SSD, this encryption is hardware accelerated. You literally won't even notice it's there. It's fast, it's comprehensive. But all of that power still comes down to one single point of failure. And the craziest part is, the weakness isn't in the technology. The weak link is us. Yeah, you heard me. It all depends on the person sitting in front of the screen. And it all comes down to this number, 48. That's how many digits are in your BitLocker recovery key. This is your master key, your break glass in case of emergency code. It's the only way back in if the TPM locks you out. And let's be real, you are not going to guess it, and you are definitely not going to memorize it. So listen up, because this is the single most important thing to remember about this whole topic. Microsoft does not have a backup of this key. Your computer manufacturer doesn't have it. Nobody has it but you. If you lose this key, it is the digital equivalent of throwing the only key to a bank vault in the middle of the ocean. Your data is gone. For good. There are no second chances. Now, the good news is, when you set up BitLocker, Windows gives you a bunch of ways to save this precious key. You can save it to your Microsoft account, which I highly recommend, or put it on a USB drive, save it as a file, or even print out a physical copy. Now here is my pro tip. Use at least 2 of these methods. Seriously, save it to your Microsoft account and print a copy that you stick in a safe place at home. You always want a plan B. All right, we get the theory, and we definitely understand the risks. So now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. Let's see how we can manage this stuff and check on our own setup the way a true pro would. So first practical question, how do you even know if BitLocker is already up and running on your machine? Well, you could go digging through a bunch of settings menus, or there's a much faster, cleaner, and frankly, cooler way to find out. For all of us who like to get under the hood, all you have to do is open PowerShell as an administrator. Then just type in this one simple command, get-BitLocker volume, hit enter, and boom. You get an instant, clear answer. If you see that protection status says on, you're golden. Your digital fortress is up and running. And now, for what might be the single most valuable tip in this entire explainer. So please pay attention to this one. If you are ever going to update your computer's BIOS or firmware, do this one thing first. Go into your BitLocker settings and just click Suspend Protection. It's one click. That one click can save you from a massive headache and a potential heart attack. Don't worry, as soon as the update is done, the protection turns itself right back on automatically. So, as we wrap things up, if you forget everything else, just remember these 3 key things. Number 1, BitLocker is a beast, providing powerful full disk encryption. 2, its secret weapon is that TPM chip, anchoring your security directly to your hardware. And 3, the most important one of all, that 48-digit recovery key is 100% your responsibility. Guard it well. At the end of the day, BitLocker gives us the tool. It's an incredible, powerful tool. But the ultimate security of our data, of our entire digital lives, well, that doesn't depend on a program. It depends on us. The answer is in your hands. And that's it for today's analysis. If you liked it, subscribe, leave a like and a comment, enjoy tinkering, and see you in the next Windows analysis video.